Good morning, 8th grade. Today we are going to start on our last day of 9-1, part 3. Today's date is the 23rd, Lainey's birthday. And our skill today is to graph using the axis of symmetry, which we talked about last time, the vertex, and the y-intercept. So instead of using the table of 5 points where we pick them, you're going to be using just these 3. We're going to start with standard form. Standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. C, which we haven't talked about yet, is the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is that number that goes through the y-axis, right? So this looks like 0, comma, C. It's right on that y-axis, okay? And then we use the others to help us in any formulas, like finding for the axis of symmetry. If we look at an example, let's say we have y equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. Negative 3 is our y-intercept. So that means we already know that one point on our graph is going to be 0 and negative 3. That's one of the 3 things we need to find. The second one, we will need the formula that we used last week to find the axis of symmetry, which is negative b over 2a, which for this problem looks like negative 4 over 2 times 2, which is negative 1. This is part of our vertex, right? So it's negative 1. So in order to find our y, we need to substitute this in for x, right? If x is equal to this, then we sub it in for all the x's. So 2 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 minus 3. So y is equal to negative 5. And this is the vertex. We don't want to forget, that one's important. So if we graph that, our vertex is negative 1, negative 3, or negative 5, sorry, negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then our y-intercept is 0, negative 3. And since this is our line or our axis of symmetry, that means since our line is 1 away from where it crosses on the y, then our other point will be 1 away at that same y distance, so at negative 3. And once we have our 3 points, we are done. Okay, let's do another one. This time, let's say we have y equals negative x squared plus 6x plus 4. So we know the y-intercept is equal to a positive 4, which means one of our points is 0, 4. So then we solve for our vertex, negative b over 2a. When I substitute in, that looks like negative 6 over 2 times negative 1, which is a positive 3. So for our vertex, our x is equal to 3. So now since our x is equal to 3, I'm going to substitute this in. So I have negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3 plus 4. So negative 9 plus 18 plus 4. So 13. So these are all positive. So I'm just going to do the top part of the graph to make it fit. Still not enough. Okay. So our vertex is 3 and 13. So over 3 and up 13. And our y-intercept is 0, 4, so up 4. So it's over 3 and at the 4. So we're going to go over 3 and to the 4. Since this is our line, or our axis of symmetry. Sorry, I keep calling it line. Bad habit. And then we have our graph. Okay. You ready to try one? Here we go. You try. Take a look at this one. Y equals negative 3x plus 6x minus 5. Why don't you pause it so you can give this one a try? And if you're back, right away we know that the c, because of standard form, is negative 5. So our y-intercept is negative 5, which means our first point is 0, negative 5. Then we need to solve for the vertex. So we use negative b over 2a and sub in. I got 1. When I subbed 1 into the original equation and solved, I got negative 2. Negative 2. So my vertex was at 1, negative 2. And when I graphed, it looked like this. Okay? One more for your notes. 4 problems today for notes. That's it. So it's another you try. 2x squared plus 2x plus 2. Go ahead and try this one. Pause it. It's okay if you get fractions. I did. When I solved, because the 2 is in the C spot, that's our y-intercept, so it's 0, 2. And when I plugged in the formula, I got that the x value is a negative 1/2 for the vertex. And when I plugged that in, I got another mixed number as my answer, another fraction because of the halves, and I did make a mistake with my sign, so I hope you were more careful than I was. We ended up with a positive 1 and 1/2 as our y. When we plotted the points, the graph looks like this. If you're ready for homework, I've got it somewhere. Hold on. Here it is. If you're ready for homework, your homework today is on page 49, 549 still. And we are going to be doing just 3 problems this way, 17 through 20. Check the odds in the back of the book. Only finding 3 points. Do not use a table. Good luck, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.